Hi everybody, my name is Maisy. Welcome to my channel. I love doing pick a card readings for you guys, so if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't wait to read for you today. And if you are a returning viewer, please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I can't wait to do this reading for you. So today we're doing a reading on what your person's true feelings and intentions are. So what's going on with this relationship and this connection, and how can we navigate it from here? A lot of people get confused, mixed messages, I don't know what's going on. So here we're going to find those answers for you today. So I have 3 cards in front of me with a crystal on each card. Take a minute, take a breather, figure out which one is working for you today. And the timestamps are below and I'll meet you at your reading. Hi everybody, welcome. This is for group 1. What are their feelings about you, their intentions, and everything that goes with it? We have this heart-shaped fluorite stone here that you've chosen. So this is our signifier card for your reading, representing your person and your person's feelings. We have the 7 of Wands in a reverse position. So Wands are about the creative and lusting parts of our imagination. They represent what we want to be true or believe to be true. And the 7 of Wands is usually a card that represents a time when we're feeling like what we believe is the most important and that we have something to prove along that. In that respect, we have something to show other people, and that we feel like we need to prove ourselves or that idea right to others. So when it's reversed like this, it can mean like we're doing this in vain, that what we believe to be true and what we hold dear in that aspect is actually something that we've sort of like deluded ourselves into thinking. So to start off, that is kind of an interesting place to start with the 7 of Wands and how they're feeling. So initially I might say that they're feeling like they're not as connected to you, that they believe that this relationship might be not like a sham, but like they believe this relationship might not be what it like as it seems, that maybe you two are deluding yourselves into thinking that this is going to work, something along those lines. But we'll take a closer look with the tarot cards. I have the Tempest Tarot deck here. This is my deck. If you like it, there's a link to buy below. Okay, so let's see what we have for group 1 on like what their true intentions are. Okay, we already got like 3 cards jumping right out. What are their true intentions? What are their true intentions? Okay, I think we'll just start with this here. Hold on, I have one down below. Okay, so this one was first, second. Okay, maybe we'll just start there and see where it goes. But 7 of Wands reversed. Okay, so someone believes something, someone's like in vain about it. The Hermit came up, the 4 of Wands, Death, the 2 of Swords, the Page of Swords reversed. Sorry, the 2 of Swords is also reversed, and the Ace of Wands. So right away it seems like someone feels kind of in the dark about things. I feel like maybe this is not about someone like trying to convince the other person of something else, but I think it's more like you want to make sure you're not the only one going after this. And I think that part of the reason why you're asking this today is because you wonder if you're this person, whether you're the only one who's feeling this, because it seems like this person's giving mixed signals, or you're not really understanding them. I actually think that there's a more positive relationship going on here than you think, and I feel like you're being very cautious, as you should. The Hermit says that you're kind of stepping back. Either you or this other person is stepping back for a little alone time, a little like reflection time. Maybe you're taking like a break or something, but I just feel like the Hermit is suggesting that we're taking moments to ourselves, and that like can feel stimulating because we're coming into our own, we're understanding how we feel, but it can also feel a little scary if it's uncalled for or unprompted, I guess is what I mean. The Four of Wands, though, makes me feel like there's a great possibility of like a happier future here. So I don't think that this is like the end at all. I just think that there's some mixed ideas about what this is and like how to handle it moving forward. The Four of Wands says that the relationship at its core seems like it could work. It seems like it has a successful base to it. Death definitely suggests that there needs to be some change happening. Like, we can't continue living like this, like if you guys are, I think it's probably likely that you two haven't really like crossed the bridge yet. Like this would be an example of this would be like flirting around one another, but never actually like making the move. The Death card says it's time to make a change. It's time to step into that era of change, era of transformation, not looking back, destroying the past. I think a lot of the times when we're in that like kind of friend zone area, we are fearing losing what we had before. Death does not care about that. Death that says whatever's lost at this point was always meant to be lost. Losing the friendship, like it shouldn't happen at all. Like you shouldn't be losing any part of your friendship, and based on any circumstance. So if a circumstance comes up and you lose some part of that friendship just wasn't meant to be, or that part of the friendship wasn't meant to be. The Two of Swords reversed says that there's like some understanding that comes after we do this. I think that like you're just really fearing jumping the bridge or jumping off the bridge, or just like taking a leap of faith. Basically, the Two of Swords reverse says once you take that leap of faith, a lot of clarity will come from it. Like Two of Swords in an upright position indicates like a time when we're feeling like our actions are contradicting one another, like there's mixed signals. But in a reverse position, it means the opposite. Like we finally cleared the way for understanding, we finally cleared the way for clarity. The Page of Swords to me is making me feel like you don't know what to do. Like this could be you not understanding which path to take next because you're waiting on confirmation from them. I think you're just kind of feeling in the dark and you're like waiting on them to let you know it's safe to move forward. But the Page, and that's like basically what this is saying. But if we reflect back to the Death card, it's going to take a leap of faith in order to make things move forward, I think. And the Ace of Wands suggests like a new theory or a new beginning, new way of thinking about things. So I think essentially it's telling you that like a new mindset needs to take place here. Like you can't just continue waiting for something to happen. When you have the control, you have like the ability to make something happen right now. Why haven't you used it? I don't know. I think I'd like to pull some cards on just like who these people are, like you and this other person, and what sort of cosmic influences might be happening right now. Okay, I think probably two is enough. So let's see what we got here. We have waning gibbous moon and Lilith. So really just dark moon stuff. We've got heading towards like understanding, emotional like connection, and Lilith is like that sexual deviant within you waiting to come out. And I feel like you have to just listen to that. Like you're being too practical right now, and it might be time to take control, to take action without thinking it through first. What is that saying? Like, oh my god, I don't know. Like luck favors the brave or something like that. I can't remember the saying, but anyway, the point is, I think it's time for you to like get going. And if you're wondering how they're feeling about you, I'm gonna pull some of these cards here that will tell us a little bit more about how they're feeling, because this didn't really clarify how they're feeling. This kind of just told you what to do next, because it's a good thing. I think because we see the Four of Wands here, it's kind of clear that they care about you. But right now you're kind of waiting on a yes or no to move forward. You're kind of sick of waiting around, and I totally get that. So let's see like more emotion here. Like what do they feel for you? Okay, and then let's see one more. What are they feeling for you? Group 1. Okay, let's see. We have all right, so all these kind of say, like, I think this person definitely is pulling away from you. You're the one who's like ready to go, and they're the ones who has some issues, and you're waiting on them to not have issues anymore before you make your move. But I think that's the wrong decision. Just get it over with, rip the Band-Aid off, decide, like, this is the moment. We have I'm a coward. So there's that. I made so many mistakes, which is why they're letting you go and they don't want to. And this is just kind of melodramatic. Like, I feel like they're just making their own bed and being upset about it. And that's frustrating for you. I made so many mistakes, and then it hurts to be without you. So obviously they care. And obviously they don't have you right now. And that's obviously their own fault. So yeah, I think it's time for you to make the move. Like, stop waiting on them. I think their intention is to try to figure it out themselves and just kind of, I don't know, wander around. But I don't know if their intention is to like make this happen. I think they're just wallowing in self-pity right now. So if you want to make this happen, I think it's on you. Let's see. These are some just advice cards that we're going to pull. I think probably to like close out the reading, we're going to pull these. Okay. I think that one didn't count because there was too many. But I think this one is good. This definitely fell out first. Notice predictable rhythms. I love this because I feel like there's a time when in a sort of like love-hate, in and out kind of confusing mixed signal relationship where you're like, am I just making this up? Like, am I crazy for believing that this person is into me or not? When you notice the rhythms of the signs that they're giving you, like they always do a certain thing, they always make it seem like they're watching you or calling upon you. When you notice those things, that's what you can lean into. You can lean into the signs like that. Those are pattern, rhythmic moments that happen and occur over and over again. So you can lean on that kind of consistency, knowing that you're not crazy. So I think that's just what it's saying. Assure yourself by understanding that you're not missing something because there are rhythms. I think just to close out this quick little reading here, we're gonna like roll the die, see kind of like what action you need to take next. And I said see what action to take next, but I almost I was changing it in my head to how to approach this person. And that's what I rolled the dice about, like how to approach this person, but I forgot to say it out loud. But Mars and Gemini, we've got Mars and Gemini in the 8th house. This is super sexy. But it's not sexy in the way that you think. Like Mars is about sex, of course, and then the 8th house is also sex, but it's about hidden secrets. So like Mars, sex, hidden secrets, and then in Gemini, that's not necessarily like a touchy-feely kind of sexy sign. That's like words, that's like phone sex and flirting and suggestive comments. That's what Mars and Gemini is. And it's in the 8th house, which is like revealing that sexy side, revealing that like attraction that I think is probably not tapped into yet. And this is not being vague. Like, don't make it extremely explicit. Like, And sometimes, like sexting and stuff that maybe doesn't start explicit, but I think what you need to do with this person is be very explicit about how you feel. I can't wait until one day we can like hook up or whatever it is, but say it, and you could write it too. It doesn't have to be verbal. Like I said, sexting is one thing, or just notes, pass a note to this person. Meet me here, blah, blah, blah. We have to talk. I don't know. Like something that is suggestive, that's sexy and has like a lightheartedness, but also like passion. Like bring in the passion. Let them know how you feel and don't hold anything back. Mars doesn't hold anything back. So, okay. I think that's it for group 1. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I hope that was like a little bit helpful in this short mini reading. And I'll see you next time. Hi everybody, this is group 2's reading. Thank you everyone for coming. This is for everyone who chose, I think it's opalite. It's definitely not moonstone. So, okay, so here is your, what's it called? Your signifier card for this reading. We have the Devil. Okay, so right away we're getting some information. The crystal here that you chose looks really beautiful and amazing, but the Devil, and if you think about anything related to sin and indulgence, I mean, those things look amazing until you dive into them. So I think that there's some level of trickery or toxicity going on here that like appears really great, or there are really high highs and really low lows. So right away there's some toxic behavior happening in this relationship. So let's dive a little deeper. We have the Tempest Tarot deck. This is my tarot deck, a nautical themed deck. If you're interested in buying or asking questions about it, the link for it is below in the caption. Okay, so the Devil card, let's see what we got here for group 2. Like, what is this relationship, and what do we need to know about it? Like, what are their intentions? What are their feelings? Okay, there's way too many cards happening. Okay, hold on. I'm not using those. We could probably use this one. I don't know what it is. So we got those 3 so far. Let's see. Continue. For group 2, what else we got? What are their true feelings and intentions? These ones are kind of, there's too many, so I don't count those. I will count that one. Okay. And I'll count this, and I'll count that. And then I think one more. We'll need one more to close out the reading. Sure, that one. Okay, so let's see. This, and then we got these, and then that. Okay. All right, so we have King of Wands reversed. I love that I just put it right on top of the Devil. Like, that wasn't necessarily purposeful, but I almost feel like right then that was a signal that these two are the same. The Nine of Swords, anxiety. The Six of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Ten of Swords, Temperance reversed, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so I think that there's definitely some stuff that needs to be revealed right now that you really haven't thought through yet, or haven't maybe like wanted to see or believe. But I definitely feel like this person is who you're talking about. This is the person. We'll go into him and what he means, and that these are all of the feelings and the stuff that that you need to think about. So the King of Wands, this kind of person, this is Leo energy, but that kind of person, since wands represent our thoughts, our inner thoughts and opinions, they're like the part of the creative mind. So they represent the things that come through our head, our imagination, our passions, our beliefs, our thoughts. And the King of Wands being like a fixed card, fixed sign, fixed card, Leo, is very opinionated and has high beliefs, high standards, and is just kind of like set in his ways a little bit. when it's upright, he can be like very charismatic and charming and like enjoy hearing other people's opinions and like enjoy stimulating conversation that goes back and forth. But when it's reversed like this, it can mean that he's a little self-serving, that he has a one-track mind, or like one-sided opinions about everything, that he isn't interested in listening. He's more interested in talking or sharing his opinions or feelings, not listening to yours is what I mean. So taking up all the air in the room kind of person, who is charismatic, and honestly people enjoy listening to them. They're a natural leader, they're fun, they're interesting, they've got creative ideas, like wands are creativity. But that doesn't mean that we need to listen to them talk all the time. You know, they need to leave room for other people. So in a reverse position like this, it just means that that this person isn't able to see all sides. So honestly, if we're talking about a devil kind of relationship, this person is more likely to be taking up all the air in the relationship as well, and causing a power dynamic that's not equal. So this person takes charge, this person wears the pants, this person is controlling, this person is really invested in being right all the time. And you're the one who's the giver. And that is clear based on the Six of Pentacles here, which is like a giving card. But on top of that, it draws so much anxiety and fear and unhappiness around whether your needs are being met. So I think that you give and give and give and receive nothing back except for anxiety. So what are their true intentions and feelings? I mean, I think that they're more invested in themselves than in you. Like, as just a not a rule, but like as something that we can really count on. I would count on the fact that he is more interested in himself. And you're the one who's trying to make it work, obviously. You put in so much time, effort, and love, and sex, and body. That's all pentacle things that you just want to give to them as much as you can. The Nine of Swords is like that stuff that keeps you up at night, that you hide during the day. This is not something that he sees ever. You know, you would never let that happen. But you hide it, and then it comes up at night. So in nightmares, or in anxiety that keeps you awake, in those moments during the day when you're like, oh God, that feels gross, and then you just say, forget about it. So this relationship doesn't stir up a whole lot of confidence in you. Strength is the Leo card again. And almost because it's a Leo card, because this is a Leo card, I almost feel like these two go hand in hand. Like you rely on them for strength. You rely on them for confidence. Maybe they do compliment you, you know, or make you feel like really sexy or something. But that doesn't mean it happens all the time. In fact, this is part of that like really high, really low situation where I think that he or she or whoever this is probably gives you a lot and then takes it all away, so that when you have a lot, you're like, this is awesome. And when you have nothing, you go back to that sort of negative thinking. So they actually have a very direct line to your confidence and your self-worth. So however they are feeling and acting, responding that day, that's directly tied to your self-worth. And I think they know that. Maybe not consciously, but they definitely use it to their advantage. So there's that. So it's not just causing you anxiety, but it's directly rooted and tied to your self-worth. The Ten of Swords is a card that represents like karma coming back around, all the things that all the actions we put in, we get back around one day, that kind of thing. And I think that right now you're feeling the repercussions of like this relationship. And more than that, you're feeling like some emotional instability, which is what temperance is. So this could be like, I need to go to therapy. You know, I'm really feeling like this is coming back around, and my emotional stability is not okay. And so maybe it's like, if this is a past relationship, then you've gone to therapy, you've worked on it, you're wondering if they've worked on it, if they're missing you. From these cards, I definitely don't think so, but we'll look into that a little bit more. But if you are in a relationship, this is that moment where you're like, I don't know, like, is this person going to change? you know? Am I just like stabbing my own self in the back? I'm really unhappy. I don't know if I should stay longer. Are they gonna change? Is it worth it? I think that's kind of the ultimate question here. If you are together, if you aren't together, we already talked about that, but if you are together, that's what you're wondering right now and wondering what their intentions are moving forward. The Eight of Wands is not about them, it's about you. The Eight of Wands is a card of inspiration and like revelation. It's like that great idea that just hits you in the face, you know? So I don't think that, I almost feel like this comes from within. You're going to have some sort of clarity on this. I would say probably within the next month, because we've got the eclipse season, we've got the end of the year. Like, it just seems like things are wrapping up. Mercury retrograde is coming up at the end of the year. So I would say the clarity on this is not too far off, so I wouldn't get too concerned, but I would suggest that you make adjustments soon, because it looks like you're not having a good time. Like, why would you stay in a relationship where you're not having a good time, you know? Or is that worth it to you? So we got those cards. Let's see what else we can draw out. We can pull some of these cards, see like who's being influenced, or like what kind of maybe what kind of cosmic influences are happening. For group 2. Okay, well, we got 4. Okay, we have first house, last quarter moon, Cancer, waxing crescent moon, and sun. Okay, so aside from these like moon cards, I think that one is like waxing, one's waning, and it has two different elements to it, but we definitely have like sun in Cancer, not sun in well, technically it could be sun in Cancer, so it could be Cancer somebody, but I also was thinking sun is Leo, right? Leo and the sun, or Leo's ruled by the sun, so it could be that we have like a Cancer person and a Leo person, or Cancer placements and Leo placements. And then we also have the first house, which is like personality, ego, identity. And I think that it could be that this relationship is starting to like form your identity, or your opinion of yourself. Like, this is who I am. And I think that we're getting to sort of like estranged territory in that aspect, because you're allowing that to like kind of take over. Let's see like how they feel. Maybe like if you were to ask them, how do you feel right now? What would they say? Okay. We have, I don't feel good enough for you. And I dream about you all the time. So it almost feels like this person's just not connected in reality. We have, I dream about you all the time and I don't feel good enough for you. Like, this person, maybe deep down, even though they're toxic and they're loud and they're boisterous, maybe doesn't feel good enough for you. A Leo trait is often like being loud and notice me boisterous, but only because they don't believe they deserve the spotlight. So there could be some insecurities going on that's like affecting their ability to have a healthy relationship with you, but I don't think that that's going to change while you're in the relationship. You know what I mean? Let's see what we've got. I think we're going to close out with one of these like little advice cards that we have here. Oops. Okay, hold on. Too many fell. Okay, one of the let's see, a little advice card. Here we go. What do we got? Okay, this one fell out first. And I think maybe this one needs... Okay, don't take it all too seriously and cultivate stillness. I think that this could even be like, don't take the relationship seriously. because it's not worth it. But understanding how you feel comes from cultivating stillness, really like settling into yourself and knowing what you want and what's going on, because this person, their tactic is to make your mind race so that you don't know what you're doing. Like if your mind is racing, you have no way of controlling how you're feeling. And once you cultivate stillness for yourself, find a time when anxiety's not taking over, sit with it, understand it, then think about it logically. Does this relationship make sense? And that's the question I'm going to leave you with. Okay, that's all I have for you, group 2. Thank you so much for coming today. If you want a reading from me, I offer readings, link below, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Hi everybody, welcome. This is group 3's reading. We have the amethyst chevron. It's the Amathon crystal here, and this is your signifier card for the reading. We have the Ace of Swords in a reverse position. So swords are about our actions. It's how we do things and what we do and why, and motivating factors for those things, the logic behind it or the urgency behind it. Aces are about the new beginnings. So an Ace of Swords in reverse position is like, we're not jumping, we're not leaping forward into something, into the unknown. So this person in this relationship probably, like, you probably haven't gotten together yet, and you're like kind of wondering when that's going to happen, when they're going to take the leap. Or if you are together, then you're feeling like you need a fresh start, like you have to have some sort of urgency around how we're going to play out this relationship. So in order to do that, we're going to take a look at the tarot cards here. We're going to use the Tempest Tarot deck, which is my tarot deck. It's a nautical themed deck, and if you're interested in buying it, we've got a link below. Okay, so let's see what we got here for group 3. These people, the people involved and their intentions. This person, what are their intentions here? What is this person's intentions and feelings? What? Okay. All right, so I think that's good enough. We're going to end here. But I'm trying to remember how, I think it was like this. I don't know. I'm sure you guys will correct me, but this is how I'm going to pick it up. So this is how it's going to be. And then it was like this, and then like this. Okay. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. All right, well, this is a good sign already. The Five of Cups, and then the Devil reversed. Let's see. The Nine of Cups. The Moon. What emotional cards. This relationship is kind of crazy. King of Pentacles reversed. And then the Two of Cups. Okay, so, I mean, when I said these cards make it feel like you have had a relationship. So maybe it's not about like just taking the step forward. Maybe it's about, like, if you're not together, maybe it's about this person who needs to heal from the past. Or if you are in a relationship, then it could be about like starting something new. Not like, or if you have been in one before, this could be an ex, you know. So, all right, let's just take it from the top. The Ace of Cups says that this is like very solidly their intention. Their intention is to be in a relationship with you. I think that that's what they want. Just end stop. But it's not just to be in a relationship and to be in love. I think it's more like, I want to start a new chapter. So if you are not together, then this means they want to, they want to like really do it. They want to go into it with like the fullest intentions of marrying you, that kind of thing. If you are in a relationship, then they want to reinvent the wheel a little bit. They want to get over whatever is happening here, because there's something going on here. Five of Cups is like sadness and grief. So it could be that you are in a very rough patch right now, that it's just not working out. Very sad all the time, that you're trying to overcome like the devil is toxicity in a relationship. So negativity, name calling, just like fighting poorly. When you could be trying to get over that right now, which is why it's reversed here. But the sadness still lingers. Perhaps it's like you lost something. Maybe you lost a child together, or, this is something like, it's not just we're in a rough patch. It's we're in a rough patch for a reason, and it was outside of our control. And then we handled it poorly. So right now you're trying to crawl out of that weird place. And I think you're doing a good job. I just think it's not like completely over yet. And maybe instead of just wishing and expecting that things will work out, maybe there needs to be a plan, like a little bit more of a plan in place. The Nine of Cups says that the Nine of Cups and the Moon, actually, these are both Pisces cards, says that you both dream of a better relationship. I think that you both dream of love, like you believe in love. You believe that you could be in love together, and it's really just a matter of time before you find this again. But right now, this is like a pipe dream. It feels like a pipe dream even. It's just kind of out there. The King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So I'm going to leave that for later. But the King of Pentacles just makes me feel like this person that you're with is very practical, very stubborn, very fixed in the material world. And it could be like the way that you fix things is different. The way that they're trying to fix things is like, oh, we have money problems. Let me fix that. Let me work really hard, or, oh, we lost a child together. Let me fix that. Let me take down the baby stuff in the baby room that we created. It's stuff like that. When I think that you're calling for something so much more emotional and intentional in those emotions, I think you need more fixation on the healing aspect. I think you're trying to heal and they're trying to just move on. They're trying to just move past it. And in order to heal for you and for them, you have to face it and face it together, and I think that that's where the discrepancy is. Like, there's no connectedness on overcoming this grief moment, but that doesn't mean that they don't want to be with you. So I think that their honest feelings are, yes, I love you. Yes, I want to be with you. It seems like so clear. Even if what I just said about like the grief and baby, it doesn't have to be baby, but you know what I mean? Like that, getting over a collective grief moment, even if it's not that, this person has feelings for you 100%. I think you're both very different. I think there's mixed signals, missing links going on, but I definitely feel like everyone loves one another and just wants to be happy together. So I'm feeling that's really great, and that's nice to see. I think we should take some of these like astrology cards and see what we get from them based on like who these people are, what we're dealing with, and maybe what like cosmic influences are happening, like what we're getting over. Oh my God. Okay. Jeez. I kept trying to put these back and they kept coming at me like, you have to look at them. Okay, so we've got, okay. Scorpio, second house. This is the one that kept leaping at me. Leo, 8th house, and the full moon. This is crazy, you guys, because we literally, this is a timeless video, so if this is not applicable right now, then that makes sense. But we literally have a full moon lunar eclipse happening in Taurus, which is across from Scorpio, across from the 8th house. Taurus is the second house. So there's just a lot of things pointing to second house and Taurian things. So that's body, earned income, our like possessions, our material things, really that feeling of security through stuff, like the security with the money that we have, the security in our house, the security in our possessions, the security with our body, like just like how we operate it, not necessarily the health, just like it. And the 8th house is like the hidden stuff. So I feel like you and your partner have totally like shit hit the fan kind of thing with money, secrets, possessions, the legalities of things. Maybe like not, I'm thinking prenup, but that's not at all applicable. I mean, it could be, but there's like contracts involved. Who's what's mine? Like, I don't know. There's some stuff going on. Maybe like you separated or divorced before and now you want to come back to each other. Like that would be another 2nd house, 8th house thing. Scorpio, there's obviously, we're entering into Scorpio season right now, if this is still timeless, but just something to note. But in general, Scorpio placements or Leo placements might be at play here with the people involved. We've got a lot of Scorpio, a lot of Taurus, and not a lot of Leo, but we have, this is Scorpio, this is Taurus, then we have Pisces, Cancer, all water signs, and Leo. And Capricorn, but I feel like that one doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So that was kind of big. Full moon, you guys. I think that to say one last thing about the astrology cards. Full moon, when a full moon happens, that means the end of a chapter, but it means that we are given clarity on something finally. So I do think that you're like, even though you're coming to the end of this like mourning period and you're kind of in a rough spot, you're getting to a moment of clarity where you can go, okay, aha, I know what we're missing. Oh, let's do these ones. I think that you need a little pick me up. So these are just cards about how this person feels about you. I just think they're the right one to pull right now. Okay, let's see what those say. Okay, so they're both kind of contradictory, but I think that that's what's going on right here. Like, you might even be in the middle of like, should we break up or not? I'm not really sure, because we have, I feel like you'd be better off without me. And then we also have, I'm coming towards you with an offer. So if you're in a no contact situation right now, I really don't feel like this is over. They're definitely, again, coming with you or coming towards you with an offer. But I would just not have, or like keep hope, you know, because it looks like there's still more to this relationship, even though you've been through a lot and that you've had a lot of hard-hitting stuff, not easy things to work through, you know. As like a final piece to this, I'm going to pull an advice card here. Okay, we have curiosity and stop and let it all grow around you for a while. So I just think, or for a little bit, I just think that like you've done, it just seems like there's a waiting period here. You've done all the work. You've talked about your feelings. You've really uncovered things. You've gotten to the point where you're understanding where people are coming from. You just need a plan. Like, stop and let it grow around you for a while means like stop and understand what you have and then make a plan. I'm coming towards you with an offer. That's a plan. Ace of Swords reversed says you need a plan. A lot happened, yes, but there's a way out of it. I think the first and foremost thing that you needed was to believe that you could actually continue after what you've gone through together. And I think you can. 100% I think you can. So just, stop the anxiety. Let the goodness grow around you. Come back to it, a little later with that offer or with that plan and see what happens from there, because this person definitely wants to be with you. Okay, group 3, that's all I have for you. I hope you loved it, and I hope to see you back here again soon.